Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chronicles of the Range Monkey. I am Neil here with Natalie.
Hi.
Today it's time to do a little bit more dry fire. We worked on some last week. Let's introduce everybody to the Mantis, shall we?
Okay.
Palm pepper spray has recently reformulated for even more effect when you bless the deserving with the hot sauce. Palm is what I use between a harsh word and a gun and encourage everyone to do likewise.
All right, so Natalie, we have done a whole lot of work. We've worked with your dot on the range. We've done a fair amount of dry fire. I know you're working on some dry fire at home too, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. You're probably doing as much dry fire as I am, but I get it. Dry fire is hard, and processes and all of that are great if we can do them, and sometimes we have other priorities that come into play, and I totally get that that's a challenge. It's a challenge for all of us. So if you hold yourself to the level of, if I don't dry fire, I suck, yeah, you're kind of right. Yeah, you can always suck less, but at the end of the day, we have priorities, and we just got to get on the horse and do as much work as we can when we can do that. So, so I don't hold anybody too accountable for missing a dry fire session or two, because if I did, I'd be in big trouble myself. So, hey, so with the Mantis, now the Mantis that you have, we don't have a mag adapter yet for your LTT gun that you're shooting, so we're hooked to the rail. So you're not going to be able to do any holster work with it today. But what I want to do is I want to do some of the other drills and show you at least my favorite drill, and let's see how you do, okay?
Okay.
So we've got the gun all set up off camera here. So go ahead and show everybody what we've got.
All right, so I do have the barrel block in here. So we have the visual indicator that it is empty. I do have the mag in this time, but there's no bullet in there either, so we are good to go.
Okay, so we are good. Now we've got that connected here to the tablet so we can show. So go ahead, there you go, turn around nice and safely. So now we still have the blue dot on the board over there. Now we're gonna start, because I feel like where everybody should start is with a benchmark. And the benchmark is your 10 best shots. You get no mulligans. It's going to average you out, tell you how you did. Now there is a way to get mulligans in some of the other drills if you want to go erase stuff. I think it's silly. I think it doesn't make any sense. But you know, if you are that guy that's like, oh, I don't want to count that one where it counted when I racked the slide, okay, go delete those. But in the benchmark, you can't do that. So it's got to get your 10 best shots. So remember now, with the Mantis unit, when you rack that slide, now you don't have to because you're all double action, but when you rack that slide, if you have it pointed down at a 45-degree angle, that tells the unit that this isn't a shot. So racking the slide won't count as a shot. Okay. So if you're doing that, or you're at your single action and you're racking the slide, you're gonna have it pointed down at least 45 degrees, if not straight down. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do here is you're just gonna press out and you're gonna give us your 10 best shots at your pace. No rush. So press out, get a good shot, and come back and rest a little. Because after 8 or 9 shots, you're gonna start feeling fatigue if you hold out there the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, let's go. Okay.
How many is that?
That's 6. There we go.
Oh, I'm closing my eye. I got to keep my eye open. Oh, that's so much more difficult.
There you go. See how it's figuring out her average there as she goes?
How many is that?
That's 9.
Okay.
Got one more.
Make that one count.
Okay, so go ahead and just lay that on the table for right now. Let's talk about that. Now, Miss Natalie, your average was 81.6. Now what we're looking for and hoping for is an average of 90. Now I hit a button when I turn that around here. So now we can just hit the history button. We can come right back and see that you did this benchmark today. There's your shots and how they went, right? So you had one pretty rough one that really hurt your average.
Ooh, yeah. What happened in that one? Did you see?
So here's what you've got going on. When you're doing this, now what the Mantis unit here is doing is it's measuring the movement of the muzzle as you break the trigger.
Okay.
And so when you're pressing out and pulling the trigger like so, it's still getting some of that movement as you're coming out. Okay. So for a benchmark, what we really want is we want to be at their full extension.
Oh, okay.
And just as nice, easy, slow, because all we're worried about is the trigger press here. We're not worried about any of the rest of that presentation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was trying to work on prepping my triggers.
Yep, you were doing, yeah, exactly. And that's why I just let it go, because I'm like, I want to see what her average is when she's doing it, because that's real world, right? That's your actual shooting technique and process. And so I think a lot of people will game the benchmark. In fact, I know people that'll just literally hold it on a table and do that to get better scores. And you know what, if your benchmark is 99.8, I am so proud of you. My best ever, I think, is a 98 or something along those lines. And it's hard work to do that, and you have to do everything really, really carefully. You're not moving fast at all. Everything is just fluid. Where when we're actually shooting and this thing goes, the things are going to be different. You're going to see a little bit different score there. So I think that was a cool deal to do and see that. But what I want to do now, I want to do that one more time where you just press out there. You get all that you're going to see, hold as still as you can, and just press through. Okay. Now I want you to be target focused, but you're going to see your dot out there. You shouldn't see too much movement in that dot. Does that make sense?
So we're doing another benchmark?
We're going to do one more benchmark.
All right.
So whenever you're ready, go ahead and press out there. And you can prep your trigger, just don't break it until you're ready. Now, nice and easy, slow. There you go. That was a 93. Go ahead. There's a 92. Now take a break. There you go. Now press out. Nice and easy, slow, slow, slow. There you go. Now, did you feel yourself move a little bit there?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
That one I moved.
Yep. There you go. Now this time I want you to take like 5 seconds of trigger press.
Okay.
One easy, watch that thing and feel where that trigger breaks.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. That was your best one yet. You got 2 left.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and lay it down. Your average went from 81 and change to 90.8. Okay. Now, the cool thing here is, and we'll show everybody there, your best shot was a 97.9.
There we go.
Your lowest was what, a 84. And so one of the cool things is we can click on that one. And so here's your 84. We can see what the muzzle did when you hit play. So see how it was wiggling around a little bit. And then the yellow is it breaking. And the red is your follow through at the end. See how that moves around a little bit? And I'll show this to the camera. That's kind of what I like about this. You get this little play button. If I knew what I was doing, I would just do a screen capture of this. But let's see here. Where's that 97 at? Here's that 97. That wasn't a whole lot different, but the one main difference is when it broke, there was almost no movement in the yellow.
Yeah, that looks
And so that's the difference.
Show them that one.
Okay. Okay, so let's see if I can get that right. There, almost no yellow, right? Yeah. So, so that's what I really like about the benchmark is it really gets us to know where we're at with our trigger press.
Yeah,
now,
I like that.
we say all the time, what is the master?
Great.
Yeah. And then sights set the pace and
triggers the
servant. So I will always say, respectfully, I will tell you, I don't really care what you do with the trigger as long as you've got that master grip. Here's the thing, we don't always get a master grip, right? Some days we're on the range and it's hot and we're sweaty, or it's cold and we can't feel our hands and we don't know that we've got a real good master grip. So the trigger isn't unimportant. it's not something that we should completely ignore. And that's one of the good things about the benchmark and some of the first parts of the Mantis is that you can really figure out where that trigger press is, and you can feel yours, and you know where that thing is going to break. And if, God forbid, you have to make a life-saving shot at 25 to 35 yards, you better be aiming for that 97 to 99% Mantis trigger press. And frankly, I've shot this so much, that's one of the things I think of when I step up to the line on a 25-yard B8. I'm thinking, I got to get a 99 here. I got to get that trigger press perfect, 99 trigger. And those are my hits. And now that's how my mind works. Your mind may work a little different, and yours clearly does, because look how you dress. But but that's the thing. What I really want to show people as we do this, work through the Mantis, some of this Mantis stuff, is that the trigger press is important. But it's still secondary to the grip. But if the grip isn't there, we got to have a good trigger press. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you think about this? How did it feel for you?
I liked it. I really like working with the Mantis. The app makes it really, really easy. It shows you what you're doing wrong. It shows you what you need to be doing. And you know, it puts it all into numbers, and I really like that.
Yeah, and you can kind of game with it a little bit, because there's the groups, so now you can do some accountability with your friends. John and I, when we first started with the Mantis, man, we were emailing or texting pictures of our stuff back and forth daily of, hey, I got my first 90 and above, benchmark or whatever. I think he still has to second place trophy for the benchmark thing. I think I've got like a 98.7 or something like that, which, I mean, it took me forever, and you're just sweating bullets, because as that grows, you're just getting more and more nervous, because you can have a 95% average, everything's going great, or whatever, and then that one thing will just screw it all up. Yeah, you're like, oh. And when a 90 or better is the one you're like, oh, what did I do? Then you know, okay, you've made it. If you're averaging over 90 is really where you want to be. But I know we're all competitive and we want to do better. But that is the benchmark. Let's wrap this one up. Next week we're going to do some more, and I'm going to show you my favorite drill on the Mantis. Thanks for watching.
Bye.